Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I have another project share. I have a lot of cards here, and oops, already knocking things over. I made all these cards in virtual classes, so I just thought you might like to see them and hear about some of my experience in the classes if you've never done one before. Yeah, so we'll just get started. I will kind of organize these, I guess, by date. So the first cards I have here, and I think I should zoom in. This is the first class I did at the beginning of the year in January. This was a class offered by Spellbinders, and I have the name here. It was the Pressed Posies BetterPress class, and this is something that my local scrapbook store was offering. I think like Spellbinders contacts local stores and ask them if they want to provide the kit to their customers, and then you get like a QR code and you join a Facebook group where you watch the class, and hopefully you get to do it live, like along with them, but if not, you can always go back and watch the video. I think for this one I did do everything live. It's only 3 cards, so it wasn't like, a full day like some of the classes are. But these are some of my favorite cards that I ever made. So I was very happy that I took this class, and it was my first time doing wax seals, so that was fun too. And yeah, I'm really just liking the color story of these. So in the kit, I still have, well, it came with the Spellbinders Timeless Blooms wax seal stamp. So the only thing that didn't come in the class was the actual, like, the little pot and the tool that you need to do wax seals. So you would have had to have that already. I actually bought one at my local scrapbook store. I didn't even have one at the time that I signed up for the class. I just saw the image of these photos and I was like, I need to make those cards. So then I had to naturally buy all the things. But I'm really happy I got it because, wax seals are really fun just for everyday use, for putting on envelopes or, as embellishments on albums. So yeah, I thought it was a good deal. And it came with these beads to create the wax seals. I think this is a mixture sold at Spellbinders. I don't know what it's called, but I'll have a link below if I can find it. And then this is the wax seal stamp, and if you're not familiar with these, so it's just this, and this is the image that it came with. So you can unscrew these and like change them out for different stamps, but from what I understand, like you can't just buy this piece. So you're always gonna get a handle, unless I'm mistaken. I think that's how it works. Anyway, I really liked that image. And then we got some ribbon, which you see on this card. So I'll take these out of the envelopes. If you're wondering why I keep my cards in these plastic, well, it's just to keep them nice, but also because I sell my crafts. So if anybody like in my real life wants to buy this, at least I know like it's been stored nicely and it won't get full of dust or something. So yeah, this is actually the first card we made in the class, and this one doesn't have any wax seal on it. We created like a faux wax seal with this is, I think it's called like a pop-up foam. So it's actually just one layer. It's a glitter like foam that it was already cut and in our kit. And then we cut a circle with the dies, I believe. Where did I put that? Did I already mix this all up? I think so. Yeah, so we cut that out. This is actually done with BetterPress, so it has that kind of like, you know, letterpress look. You can't really see it in videos, but it's something you have to see in person to see how pretty it is, and it really looks like professional. So yeah, this also, you had to have a BetterPress machine, obviously, because it's a BetterPress class. But I'm really glad because we actually didn't use, well, we used different colors of ink in the BetterPress that I haven't used yet. I bought them and then I only ever used the black, so I was happy to use other colors. And I believe this one was the tawny brown, and it kind of looks gold, so that's really fun. And then we BetterPressed the image here with the same shade. And this, the back, so the panel, we had to ink blend with our own inks. So whatever you had on hand that was like similar colors. So at the time, all I had on hand were distress inks. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to ink blend with those. I could be wrong, but I think distress oxides are better for blending. So it didn't come out like exactly how I'd like, but I do like the gradient here and the colors that I chose. And actually we did splatter on these with gold paint, which was a separate add-on. I don't know where I put all my stuff. I wanted to show you. So let me find that. Okay, so here are the BetterPress plates that came with the class kit. So this one is what we did here. So we had that pretty image, and there's 2 sentiments in this set. I'm here for you and you're so kind. But on this one we used the sentiment from the other set, which was this one here. So this one is actually a press plate and die set, because you get the press plates and the circle to cut out a sentiment. So that's how we did this one. So that was really fun. Yeah, and I was talking about the splatter on this one. So this was a separate add-on. It came with this gold watercolor and a brush, and this is actually very special. This is a watercolor paint, I guess you call it. I'm really not, you know, a expert in that, but it's hand poured in Japan, and they were saying that it's only like one man that does it. And there's like, they kind of had like a restock issue because so many people wanted this add-on and they couldn't restock them because it's just this one man in Japan that hand pours them. And I thought that was really sweet. And this is actually a ceramic dish. So this is like very special to me, and I'm just really happy that I got it. So this is actually called something. Yasumoto. It doesn't say on here. Well, it might, but I don't read Japanese, so. But it's the shade Pale Gold, and I love it. And this is the brush that it came with, that we splattered with. Yeah, and I just think it turned out really pretty. It's almost like it's so pigmented that it's dimensional, if you can see. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got that. So that's one card. Then we created, I think, this card next. This one we did a wax seal. So we used the mixture that came in the kit. And Spellbinders suggest to put 4 wax beads for 1 wax seal to get this look. And I do agree, because the first one I ever did, I only put 3, and it was very, very thin. I mean, it could work in certain situations, but I just find it looks prettier when you have more of like a a ridge around, if you know what I mean. So when we created these wax seals, we also got a gold marker in the kit, and that's how we did the gold accents on top, which really helped to make the design pop. So another thing I didn't have in my collection, and now I'm happy that I do. And so here's the sentiment, "You're so kind," that came in this set, but there's no die for this, so I just used my Spellbinders, I think it's called A2 Matting Basics, the sentiment strip. I used that. So, and then we just cut it on an angle. And the black here is done with this, of course, the press plate. So yeah, this one we combined both, and I think it's really pretty. And we did the BetterPress ink, but we used 3 different colors. You can't really see the last color because it's covered by all the embellishments, but there were 3 colors that we did, and that was fun. And this one we did black spatter, or splatter, whatever. You can't really tell because I actually don't have any. Well, now that I think of it, I guess I could have used like black acrylic paint. But what I used was watercolor markers. So I just colored the marker. I have a silicone mat, and I just went like this, like with the marker, and then I mixed water in and picked it up with the brush. So it's very subtle, but I like it still. It kind of makes it look like there's some texture to the cardstock. And the last card, I think this might be my favorite one. I just love grid pattern style cards. I do find they take a lot of time, at least for me, because I'm very particular about lining everything up just right. But I feel like when they come out, they look so professional and like you would have bought it in the store, you know? So we did 2 different colors. Well, we use the same mixture, but in this one we use more of this darker shade, and then this one we use more of the pink. We did the gold accents again, and another sentiment circle. And then these squares, the colored squares, were already cut for us. They came in the kit, but then we better pressed the flower image again, and we had to cut it ourselves to match, and that was kind of difficult because I don't know if you can tell, but like the 3 images were supposed to be 3 different parts of this, but I didn't cut the first one like exact, so then I have 2 stems. I don't know if no one probably would question that, but it was supposed to be like one square was this, and then one was here, and then one was down here kind of thing. But I still like how it came out, and I love this color palette, like I said. And again, gold splatter on this. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about these cards. I just really like them. So I think they'd be really pretty like for Mother's Day, or I don't know, any birthday, whatever, just general hello. So yeah, very fun. So there was another add-on bundle. This one. This is the Cosmos BetterPress add-on bundle, and I haven't used it yet. I actually thought like an add-on bundle meant in the class you would have like a special video for the add-ons, but there wasn't. So I don't want to say like it was disappointing. It's just I was kind of expecting it to be that way. So now like I have to figure out how to do this on my own, which I'm sure I can manage, but it's just I like to follow instructions, especially when it's like something I'm new to. So I'll show you what's in here, because I know you can buy these from Spellbinders. You don't have to get like this. They weren't exclusive to the class is what I'm trying to say. So we got this, oh, this is the stencil. Okay, so the Layered Cosmos backdrop, It is 5x7 layering stencils, and they would do something like this. So I love this. This is just like, once you do that, that's your card. All you have to do is put a sentiment on it. So this is the press plate, which looks like that. So you would press this and then use the stencils to do the coloring. And we also got this press plate and die set, and I love these. This is one of my favorite things that they do with the BetterPress, is when they have one press plate that has many different sentiments and then a die that cuts them all at the same time. I just love that, because then I can do less die cutting. And when I want to make a card, like, I already have a nice little sentiment already prepared. So very fun. And that way you don't waste as much of the BetterPress cardstock, which is not cheap because it's cotton. And yeah, it's very special. So, you know, you don't have to scrounge for scraps and everything. You just do it all at once, and that's that. So very excited to use this. This is what the sentiments look like. You have just because, happy birthday, I'm so sorry, you are everything wonderful, with sympathy. So a bunch of different occasions. And yeah, I love the BetterPress sentiments. When they have the coordinating dies, they just look so pretty on the front of a card. So very happy I got this. I was just hoping that there was going to be like a video for the add-on bundle, but it was just like, I don't know, hey, you can buy all this stuff in a bundle. That's what it was basically. So I got all of the bundles, this one and the watercolor, this bundle, because I didn't actually have gold watercolor paint until then, so I needed it, right? So the next class I did, well, I actually did the next two classes on the same day by accident, because you know how it goes, like with at least like crafting courses, if you've done them before, they're usually announced like very early before the actual class. So I registered for one, and then I forgot what day it was, and then I registered for another one, and it ended up being the same day. But that's fine, because like I said, when you do classes, you can go back and watch the videos forever. You know, they don't remove your access. So I did the scrapbooking cards today, celebrations delivered class. So they sent us a kit like this in the mail, in a nice little, you know, pouch, and we got all the stuff in here. The only thing we didn't get, of course, was our inks and our colored cardstock, but they did send us a bunch of white 80-pound and 110-pound for the card bases. And then we got a stamp set. I'll just move this for now, which I love. I love this bouquet. I love the fonts, very fun. And then we got this bag of dies, which when I saw this, I was like, what? Like, this is like $100 worth of dies right here. And they were all already cut out. Of course, like, you would have to keep them in this bag, or if you have like a magnetic sheet, you can store them nicely. I might do that at some point, but for now I'm just keeping them all in here. So we got all of this. Some of these coordinate with the stamps, and some of them are just like standalone dies. And then what else do we have? We got stencils. We got this stencil, which would make sense if I showed you the dies. this stencil is to color the bouquet stamp, which is very pretty. And then this is like a little background stencil, which I love. We use that. We use all of the stencils, actually. We also got gold cardstock, which everyone was loving, and yes, it's very good gold cardstock. I'm not sure what makes it different from other ones, but it's so good that they added it to their shop because everybody was asking for it apparently. And that's all we used, a little corner. So that's good. We got vellum and the paper, the white paper, which is also very good. So with all of this, I made 9 cards, and this took me like 2 days because like I said, I signed up for another class by accident. So I'll show you them in like by teacher, I think. So the way that this, Scrapbook and Cards Today, SCT magazine, that's the people who organized this class. And if you watch like Kathy Zilski or Mindy Egan, any of those people, they are like, well, Kathy actually works for Scrapbook and Cards Today. I think she's their like magazine graphic designer. Anyway, so that's how I knew about them. And also at my local scrapbook store, they give us the magazine whenever it comes out, and I love magazines. I hope that magazines keep coming. I know it's like a dying art, but I love them. And I always have, like as a kid, I wanted to be a magazine editor at one point. I just think they're so fun. Like, I'm the kind of person that wants to hold something and read it. I don't like online blogs very much, even though I have one. I have my own, but I don't know. When it comes to like looking at visual, like art and crafts, I want to see it in a magazine. So anyway, just shout out to Scrapbook and Cards Today. Also, they're a Canadian company, so yeah. So these first 3 cards were designed by Kathy Zilski, and I love them. This one, so in the die set, we had a bunch of little dies that create this house. So we did that, and we had a sentiment, congrats on your new home. And this one we actually heat embossed with white embossing powder. I think that was the first time I did that. These sequins, they're just clear sequins. Those came in the kit as well. And yeah, I love how this turned out. The only thing I'll say is when I first put this down, it was like a bit crooked, and then I tried to lift it and replace it, and I kind of ripped the paper behind, and if you look really closely you can see it there. But anyway, I still really like it, and I worked really hard on the house, so I'm not getting rid of it, because we actually had to like die cut these windows twice, once in yellow and once in the color we were using, so that we could put back the yellow in the windows. So that was a lot of work, but I think it turned out really cute. Then we created a baby card, and I love this one. So if you can see the hearts in the background here, we actually used the stencil, this one, to emboss our paper. And I knew you could do that, but I never tried it. But this made it seem like so easy, and I'll probably do that again because I love that look. So yeah, we put those hearts on the background. These are all dies from the kit. This like large postage stamp and then a smaller one. The onesie and the little duck I love. And then we had this So Excited for You, and we cut it from the sentiment strip that came in the kit. And there's also like a little notch, so you could do a flag look. So I think this is really cute. I don't have anybody to give this to. Everyone in my life seems to be having boys, so yeah, I'll just have to wait for somebody to have a girl, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's pink, so I don't know. And then we created this card. I don't know if I'm even in order, but this one I really like. So this is the balloon die from the kit, and then we use the gold cardstock to make this celebrate sentiment, and the let's is even a separate sentiment that we gold heat embossed. And I have to say, this is like the first time I heat embossed and I actually like how it looks. Like, it's not all like it's very clean looking and not all bumpy like usual. I'm not very good at heat embossing, but I really liked how that came out. So those are the cards we made with Kathy. Very much to her like clean and simple style. Then we had the class with, who was for, oh yeah, Mindy Egan. This is the class that I missed live because I had to go to my other class. But I went back the next day and created all of these cards. So this one is one of my favorites from the entire class. We used the postage stamp thing again, but we made it look like a little gift with this bow that comes in the kit. And on this one we actually did some techniques. So first we ink blended this postage stamp design directly onto the panel, and then we use a darker shade of ink to do the stenciled hearts from here, and then we use the stencil to put glitter paste, so you get this fun look. And the only glitter paste I have is the spackle from Tim Holtz. Let me show you this distress texture paste. I don't know why I call everything, yeah, it's Tim Holtz, right? I just call everything Distress Tim Holtz, but I'm pretty sure it's because it's his name on it. Anyway, the texture paste in Sparkle. So this is more, it's kind of like a translucent paste, but it does have some, what's the word? Opacity to it. Like, it's not fully clear because, as you can see, you can't really see that under here there's like a darker coral. I don't remember what shade. So I actually, since getting, well, after I got the Spellbinders, after I did the Spellbinders class, I was like, I need to invest in some ink if I'm going to be making cards. And it happened that when you sign up for a class with Scrapbooking Cards Today, you get like a page of discounts to their affiliates, and one of them was Concord and Ninth. So I jumped on that because I have always wanted Concord and Ninth inks, and I bought the whole set. But just the minis. Let me show you. I got all of these, and it was a really good discount. I think it was like 25%. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but I was like, I need to do it. So I ordered these, and these are the inks that I used in the cards that you'll see. I think for this one, if I remember correctly, I used grapefruit for the background and then sorbet for the hearts. And yeah, I just love how this one came out, so cute. Then we did this card, this thank you card, and we used the bouquet with the stencil to color in this, and I love it. We used splatter. For this one I used just white acrylic paint that I had in my stash, and the thanks is a die with the shadow layer that came in the kit. So this card I changed a little because the thanks was supposed to be like down here, but I kind of messed up my stamping over here, so I just covered it with the sentiment, which is something you can do if you mess up on one small little area. Just cover it with something else. So really like how this one turned out too. For this one, I remember the colors, I believe. For the blue, I used blueberry. And we actually, so we stamped the whole image first in a really light color, she said. So actually, did I even say these were the Mindy Egan cards? She was using Gina K inks. I don't have those. So I just tried to find things that looked like they matched what she was using. So to stamp this out first, I used this Pebble ink, which is like a very light gray. And then we did the blending over the stencil. So with the blue, I used blueberry. And this darker shade, I'm pretty sure it was sorbet. And the lighter peachy color was grapefruit. And the green was sprout. This one here. So that's how I did that one. And then once we were done the blending, we re-stamped the whole image with the navy she was using, so I used blueberry. And that's how you get that look. Oh, and we had also masked off all sides of the postage stamp so that it would look like the image was in the stamp, you know? And that's a really fun effect too. So Mindy's cards had a lot of techniques to them that I've never done before, so I'm really glad that I tried some new things. And then the last card, I'll move this, another baby card. This one could be like for anybody, someone like you don't even know the gender of the baby. It just says so excited for you. We stamped it in black ink on the sentiment strip, and then we cut out 4 onesies from different colors, and we stenciled again with the stencil from the kit. So that's from, we use the hearts for that one and the polka dots. And then for this little one, we actually used the other stencil. We used this, which is actually meant for the candles, but you can use it in many different ways. So this one is really fun too. I think I have somebody to give this to. So yeah, very fun. Those were the Mindy Egan cards. And then the last class of the day was with Megan Andrew. And I didn't know Megan before taking this class, but I think I'll have to start stalking her now because I really love her style. So the first card we made was this one here. Oh, I think I have to turn a light on because the sun's going down. I hope that is a bit better. So the first card we made was this. She said she had envisioned it being an engagement card, but I actually have a wedding to go to this year, so I turned it more into a wedding card because hers said it had this same sentiment on it, the so excited for you. But I thought for a wedding it would make more sense to say it's your special day. Plus it's a wedding of people I've never met before. It's my boyfriend's friend, so yeah, I don't know, I just thought it made more sense to change the sentiment to this one. So this is stamped in the Pebble ink from Concord and Ninth. That it's supposed to be a gray, but honestly it kind of reads like a very light sage green almost. I don't know, but I love this card. We cut the postage die from, okay, no, first we stamped the bouquet, that same bouquet stamp from before. We did it on one end, and then we just flipped the cardstock, stamped it on the other, and it gives like a mirrored effect, which I really like. I've never done that before either. Then we cut the panel out with the postage die, but we kept both pieces. So you had to align this straight because we put it back on top, but with foam tape behind, if you can see that. And then these rings come in the kit. We just did the shadow background from white and the rings from the gold. And then the congrats is also from the kit in black cardstock, and we just glued that on top. So I love this card. And yeah, I'm happy I actually have somebody to give it to. Then we created another congrats on your new home card. This one we did the 3 houses in different colors, and we put vellum behind the windows, which would, like, it took a little, you know, another little step, but I think it really makes a difference. So that was really fun too. And this one we glued the houses down and then cut them. That's how you know, you get like a clean edge. You could do it with, you know, just scissors, but I use my paper trimmer because I don't trust myself to cut a straight line. But there's that one. I don't know who I'm gonna give like congrats on your new home cards to, but I don't know. At least I have them just in case. And then the last card we did with Megan was this happy birthday card. And this one we did another technique I've never done before. We used a die to emboss, and it was a little tricky, and it's not perfect if you can tell, but it was still fun. I don't know, a lot of people in the class seem to have trouble with this one because I was reading the comments, because this is a class I went back to after, so I could like pause and stuff. But yeah, I would try it again, but I would probably spray my paper with a bit of water like I would do for an embossing folder to avoid like this kind of cracking effect. But I think you can't even really tell when you look at it from far. Oh, and on this one we did stenciling on the balloons in coordinating colors of the cardstock. So I don't have the Concord and 9th cardstock. That's next on my list, but I did have these colors which match pretty well. This is just, these two are from Michaels, the Recollections brand, and this is from a Cricut cardstock, so I know that because it has texture on it. That's how I could tell the difference. Yeah, and then we stenciled with the ink. So the yellow I used honeycomb, and Megan was using Concord and 9th ink, so I just used the same as her, I'm pretty sure. And then probably it was grapefruit for the pink, and then the mint color was sea glass. And then I think we stamped this in juniper, so this darker one here. So yeah, very fun cards. A lot of new techniques I wouldn't have done otherwise, and that's why I take classes, because they always make me learn something new, and they help me to actually use things that I buy. Because sometimes I see, you know, I'll see one video of somebody doing something and I'm like, oh, I need that, and then I never get around to doing it myself. So it really helped me to actually use my supplies. So I really I would recommend looking into their future classes. I know they're gonna do another one for the holidays, but it's gonna be in July, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sign up for that one too. So yeah, very happy with my celebrations delivered card class experience. Plus now I have all these fun things to play with. Yeah, so that was it for that one. And then the last class was something very new to me. So this was another class offered by my local scrapbook store, and these cards and the class was given by Deanna Hutchison. I will link everything below. I think she's the owner. She must be the owner, yeah, of a scrapbook store in BC, and her and the owner of my local scrapbook store are like, I don't know, they collaborate basically. So they offer her classes at my store. So she makes all the kits herself by hand. She cut all of the papers for us, and then she just sent us the kit with everything already done. And basically all we had to do was use our own foam tape and foam dots and, you know, glue and stuff like that. And she sent us the kit. Well, she sent the kit to my store and then I picked it up there. Anyway, this is the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Spring Garden collection. So we got one of the sticker sheets, and you can see here I have a lot of stickers left. And I have another one of these because I bought the whole collection. If you saw my last collective haul video. So we also got half of a 6x6 paper pad, and we don't have much left at all. Here's some pieces that I still have. We also got a sheet of tags. Like one of these, which we used. I have a lot more of those. And we got a little bag of embellishments, which I have to go back and see where she got these because I really like them. I think they might be, I think she said they were Pink Fresh Studio. I could be mistaken. I'll have to look into it. And we got from the same collection the bits and pieces and the floral bits, and I still have all of that. So we created 5 cards, and as you can see, so her style is kind of what I would call like a maximalist card style, so like the opposite of clean and simple, but I still really like them. I'll show you each one. So we have a thanks a bunch card, and I don't even know, can you see on camera how many layers there are to everything? So on this one we used the ephemera, we used a tag from the tag sheet, we used stickers, and we layered everything with foam tape, and I just love how it came out. And this pink paper that you see, she already had die cut that for us. We just had to kind of like trim it down in some cases. So I would definitely do another one of her classes, even though they're not like, this is not a style I normally do my own, but when it's following somebody else, I love how it came out. I almost want to frame these as like spring decor and not give them as cards, but we'll see. So there's that one. I think this is the only one that we did a tent style card, or like, you know, this kind, because we also did square cards. This one, I love it. Again, she had already die cut everything for us, and I think she said she made 350 kits, so I can only imagine how long that took. So we just layered some ephemera here. This one was actually a tag that we cut like the tag part off, you know, this part at the top, and that like blew my mind because I don't know why I never thought of doing that, but I sometimes feel like I struggle with those simple stories tag sheets because I'm like, I don't know if I need so many. But like, if you just cut the top off, it's not a tag anymore. It's just like a 2x4, right? Or like a 2x3 little embellishment. So I don't know why I never thought of that, but I'll be doing that in the future. So yeah, that's what we did here, but then we covered it anyway. There's another bunny behind this bunny. We covered it with a piece of ephemera. So yeah, love the gold effect in this one. And it was really fun to make a square card because I don't normally do that. Then this one I think is my favorite because I love yellow and pink, and we used those gems. So yeah, I just think it's really cute. And we did have to fussy cut, but only this one time. So if you see here, this was, I think, a 3x4 cut apart, but we cut around the flower and around this ticket, and then we stuffed it behind there. So not too bad, but still just a little fussy cutting. Yeah, but love that one. Then we have this one. So clearly these are cards like you would have to hand deliver or put in like a bubble mailer. These are not gonna go in like a standard envelope. So here we used some more of these gems, but I don't know if it was designed that way. I remember her only having, oh, maybe it was this one. Okay, I think it was this card that she did design, putting the gems here. But then we had so many extra that I also put them on this card because I just like the pop of pink there. Anyway, here's more different die cuts that she did for us. We just had to layer paper on top of them, basically. So this is a really fun class. Like, if you don't like to die cut and, you know, do tons of prep work, you can just come to the class and just layer paper, basically. So yeah. And then on the butterflies, we used pop dots. I used the ones from Michael's. These ones, I think they're from Recollections. They come in a pack. That's what I used for that, to give, you know, that lifted effect. And then this last one, another square card. I think this is my second favorite one, and this is one that I actually made a mistake on. So this paper, this one here, we were supposed to use the other side of that paper, which was a pink gingham, and it would have been really pretty, but I put, so we attached this like fancy border silver cardstock on the back with double-sided tape, but I was supposed to do that on this side. You know what I mean? But I still love how it came out, and anyway, it's the same print as here, so it's not like it doesn't go with the rest of the card. And we even have a tag behind here that you can't even see. And yeah, I just love the silver and blue of this one. I think it's very pretty. Another one I would just put like on my desk to look at during springtime. Anyway, and double layered butterflies, which is fun. So those are all my cards. I think that's all I have to say. I feel like I'm losing my voice from talking too much, so I better go. But yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope, if anything, maybe you got some inspiration to make your own cards. Yeah, but I think they turned out really fun. Plus, it's just fun to do a class and, you know, spend your weekend crafting, which is what I did during this weekend where I made all these cards. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!